Okay, this is another example of a problem that you just have to go little by little and look for clues and keep going. So somebody raise your hand and suggest, like, all I want you to practice doing is go little by little, and as soon as you see something of significance, tell me, and then we'll draw it, write it down, or whatever. That's really the method you should be using to solve these problems.
The tangent slope is 1 on f.
Say again.
Tangent slope on f is 1.
Stop right there. So part right, part wrong. So just got to acknowledge the part that's right, make that a more permanent part of your memory. Part that's wrong, we fix. It's no big deal. Wrong is as good as right, as long as you figure out why. So I don't want to get my shirt all red, so hold on. Okay. It says the line tangent to the graph of the function f. I would have stopped reading right there. Like, practice reading a little bit and doing a little bit. You'll be a lot better than if you try to read a lot and then do it. So as soon as I read that statement, I always draw my favorite picture. Included with sound effects. There we go. The other sound effect I can't do as well. I just got to practice, I guess. The other one should go, like it's hard to do the other one. It's like, you should go like, but I can't get enough volume to make it an interesting sound. Never mind, this is really boring. Okay. Is everyone okay with that? Like, I want this one to go, you know, like low to high, but like really loud, and I can't do that whistle very. Moving on. We can hear it? That's where you should stop. And then you keep reading. So someone else raise your hand and tell me what's the next thing you see that I should probably be notating or writing down or Quincy.
Wait, how do you know that the blue line is concave down?
Oh, outstanding. I have no clue. It's a great question. But what I've learned after doing thousands of AP, well, maybe not thousands, but at least hundreds. Okay, that's borderline. Okay, seriously. Doing lots and lots of AP questions, this picture is good enough. If there's no other clue, I just always draw that. Because if I try to draw the other way, I mess it up and it doesn't look as good. So.
Okay.
It's perfect. So now what do we do? Good question. Yeah, talk.
So from point at 1, 7.
Where does that belong in this picture?
If that's the tangent point, that's first.
That's the tangent point. So right here, I'm going to put 1,7. Looking for hands. And again, you just jump in if you're like, wait a minute.
Wait, why wouldn't it be
Yeah, please.
the -2, because that's where
So it's just learning what the words mean. If the line tangent to the graph of f. So somebody else, what's f in this picture? Hands, come on. What's f? Somebody, what is it, Liv?
the blue line.
The blue. Line tangent to the graph of f. So here's f at the point. So there's an infinite number of points, you already told me that, along f. That means there's an infinite number of places where I could draw a line tangent. They told me to draw 1,7, so I declare that point to be 1,7. I think my graphing technique is far superior to everyone else's grids, and it's annoying. Counting and stuff. You don't need to do these. It's good enough. So.
I like felt like the change in y over change in x. I don't know why, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why, but I got the right answer.
Okay, so here's the crucial part. Because you don't know why, that means you
That's
are at
my
risk of missing a
problem,
question
yeah.
in the future. So we just got to make sure we understand why and go forward. And once you know why, you build a flashcard so you don't forget it. That's all.
I see.
It's magic, I promise. Every good to hear? Where does this belong? Somebody better raise a hand. Go, Elaine.
On the red line.
On the red, it says the line tangent passes through that point. So over here, I put another point. -2, -2. In answering Quincy's question, Quincy, it's possible that when I'm solving a problem, I go, oh, wait a minute, the curve's backwards, it's got to go the other way. I often won't even redraw it. I'll just say, well, I'll just kind of remember that it's supposed to be the other way, and it's okay. But if you need to redraw, you can. We good there? Then it says find f prime of 1. So here's the part that Allison just needs to make the flashcard for. Somebody raise your hand and tell me, what does f prime of 1 mean? Quincy.
The tangent slope of f
What does
at
one
point
mean?
1.
X equal 1.
At x equal 1.
Yeah, I remember that this is an x because I've seen this my whole life. f of x. So they're just giving you a specific f. So here's f. Supposed to find the tangent slope of f, meaning the slope at a point, and the point I need is 1. So I'm looking for this little tiny slope right there. That's what I'm looking for. But I remember that if I were to make that bright green line longer, it becomes the red. They're one and the same. So finding the slope of f at that point is identical to finding the slope of a line that is tangent to f. I'm going to say that back to you, make sure you have this memorized. Finding the tangent slope of f at x equal 1 is identical to finding the slope of a line that is tangent to f at x equal 1. I said that 2 different ways and they mean the exact same thing and they sound really similar. You may need me to say it again. Okay. Finding the f prime of 1 means the tangent slope of f at x equal 1. Well, f prime of 1 also means the slope of another line that happens to be tangent to f when x is 1.
Oh, okay.
So the slope of the red line is always going to be exactly the same as the slope of the little green line.
Okay.
We need to say that again. Do not let me go faster than you can make it click. Like, I hate to go slower because I don't want to put you to sleep, but I just have to get your feedback. Are we good? Please, Lynn.
Isn't the tangent slope of f the y-coordinate of f, like the first derivative?
Correct.
Okay.
Not helpful in this sense only because we don't have a picture of f prime.
Yeah.
If we had a picture of f prime, we could go look up. You know, we just go to f prime, and that's the wrong color. We just go to f prime, and we say, let's go to x equal 1, find the y-coordinate, we're done. In fact, because I know the answer is 3, we would have found the y-coordinate to be 3 on f prime, for certain. 1, 3.
Yeah.
That's not.
Okay, so let me say it back to you. We don't know this.
Oh.
Okay, I have the answer memorized, so I know it's 3. But I'm confirming what Elaine is thinking because, again, I'm trying to prep you not for this problem, for who knows what. So you need to know the connections. F prime of 1, here it is, F prime of 1 in this problem turns out to equal 3. But this has 2 meanings. It means this, on the graph of f prime, that there's a point at 1, 3. The f prime graph has some sort of, bunch of points, but one point will be at 1, 3. On the graph of f prime of 1 means this slope right here. This tangent slope is 3. Anybody want to talk more about that, please?
Is that always the case, like the tangent slope of an f graph, like the function graph, the original, will be a point on the, or like vice versa too, like an f prime, like a point at something 3 or whatever, will be a tangent slope on the f graph?
Yes, let me give you a really kind of silly comparison. Emily will always be your sister, right?
Right.
Right. And that's only because that's just kind of how it worked out, right? She was born, you were born, she was named Emily, you were named Liv, right? That's how f prime and f are related, and they're always related that way. So your question, will it always be true? Absolutely. That's just how f and f prime are related. I told you it was kind of a dumb
No,
analogy.
that's good, thanks.
Other talk here.
So how do you actually find 3 off of that?
So how do we find 3 from this? Go.
Do you take rise over run, because you're just finding the slope of the tangent line. So the rise would be -2 to 7, which is 9. And then the run would be -2 to 1, which is 3.
That pen is going to kill me. Look at that mess. Worse. Come on, pen. Does help if the operator's not stupid. Okay. Pushing all the wrong buttons. Hold on. Too many things to control here. So the red line slope is what I was trying to write. Oh my gosh. Do that. Sad. Come on. field
Friction
is
off.
like, it's like when I try to pull away, it's still right. That's better. Sorry, thank you for your patience. One more try. That thing to pull away from is annoying. I think it started working again. There we go. The key, K again, warning. It's what you said, Allison. It's not hard to think, oh, wait a minute. From here to here, the y value changes by 9. From here to here, the x value changes by 3. The computations in this class aren't the hard part. You got to have the meaning. It's got to make sense why you did it, not just because you memorized that you do it. So.
I'm still confused why I did sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, your favorite picture. Like, how did you know to draw that?
So that one I've learned, it's back to what I said to Liv. That's just what the words mean. It's like your name is Allison because your name is Allison. Okay? No, it's a good question. The words here, it says, if the line tangent to the graph of that. So when they talk about a line tangent to a graph,
You draw your tangent.
yeah, there's a bazillion different pictures I could draw, but that one's as representative as any. So that's what I drew. Like I could have drawn this. Here's a graph. Here's a line tangent to the graph.
Okay, so you just could have drawn.
Yeah, it wouldn't have changed anything because I'd still have a point here
Yeah.
and a point here, and I'd still find the slope the same way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
You're good. Anybody else here? Me neither. Key to this class is making sense of the ideas, paying attention to how you feel. We'll stop that.